Alright, welcome back to another coding session on the Chess Engine in C series. And since the last time we were working on trying to improve the performance of the engine, because right now it's kind of slow for a depth of 4 moves, it's pretty slow. And in the background of screen I was working on trying to improve that. And right now it's better, I would say, better than the last time we saw each other. So yeah, I would like to explore some more ideas to try and improve this thing, because right now the main problem I would say is the opening stage, where we have a bunch of moves that you can make, or at least a bunch of positions that we can evaluate. And maybe we can try to include some games that were played before and try to copy the openings from there, right? That would be one idea. Then what else I would like to improve is sorting the moves such that the better moves are evaluated first, or at least moves that I consider to be better, like captures or checks. Those kind of moves I think should be evaluated earlier, like in your round. Like, you shouldn't look at moves like, oh, what happens if I do this? Like, it's kind of a pointless move. Why not just look first at something more interesting, let's say? So yeah, like this move should be played way quicker, I'd say, for the AI. But yeah, let's so I think this kind of getting the first move from the AI was taking around 5 seconds, and now it's almost 2 seconds, which is, I mean, it's still kind of, it takes kind of long, but it's better than before. So yeah, first of all, let's take a look at sorting the moves, how we can sort that array of moves. And I guess that would be interesting to do, because we are gonna use ds.h. And yeah, so that would be a good question. How are we gonna sort the moves? So that's the first thing. And then probably I would like to, instead of printing moves like this, like indices, maybe would be cooler to print them like, e4 chess notation. So yeah, we'll try to explore that later, maybe in the video. So for now, let's go ahead and let's go to the chess C file, and let's find generate moves. So I've changed the generate moves function a bit. I thought that, well, maybe it's best to just use an array in here and just get the moves in an array, also in generate moves, mainly because I guess it's faster maybe if I let's just say we do the check if the move is valid, and then we append it into the array, so we filter it before we add it, like where before we were generating all the possible moves, and then we were removing the moves that were invalid, let's say. So hopefully that improves this a bit. I mean, it improved it already, but yeah. So the idea now is to try and sort this dynamic array of moves. So in this.h we have something like dynamic array sort, and the sort function takes in the array, obviously, and a compare function. So this is what we have to implement for our moves, which is kind of interesting. Maybe would be cool, but I don't think it's possible. Could be cool if we were able to define our own sorting function. Like, we have an evaluation function. What if we could also provide a sorting function for the moves? That's interesting, but I'm not sure. So in that case, min-max should get that as an argument, that function, and then, oh, I guess min-max is in util C, right? It should take in that argument the sorting function for moves, which, I mean, maybe if we want different implementations for sorting. And we can have something like default sorting, which doesn't do anything. Right. I guess that makes sense. That could be interesting. And then we have generate moves, and the generate moves function doesn't really need to call sort itself. We can call sort after we generate the moves. Okay, yeah. Starts to... So, yeah, maybe we don't want to sort the moves here. Maybe we want to sort the moves like this, just generates the moves. Let's just say this function generates the moves, and then we want to sort them in the min-max function. Maybe that's gonna be cleaner. Right, so we try to sort it here, and then maybe it makes more sense now to have this sort fn type. So maybe we can type def, and for the sorting function, we can actually just look at this, and we can take this type. So this is the type of the sorting function. And I guess what's interesting, so this would be the type of our sorting function. What's interesting is we already know that these are moves, right? We know these are moves actually, so maybe we can just make use of that. Let me just check if that would be possible. So inside of the sort function, we actually call to ds sort, right? And ds sort is just qsort, so it's using quicksort basically. Okay. And in here it's just a reference to that. So I guess qsort, just thinking. So here it's, maybe I was looking for an example, but we don't have one, sadly. I mean, obviously we'll figure it out, but yeah, like it would be cool if we could say here like integer or move t, right? So that's the idea. Maybe we can actually do that. So obviously let's just pass moves, and then we'll have here a sort function. And for the sort function, let's go here and let's type def this. So type def int sort fn const void pointer const void pointer. Nice. So this is going to be the sort function. And now for the min-max. So min-max will have sort fn sort, right? Just an extra sort. Functional programming in C. I mean, don't see anything wrong with it. So here is the sort, and here we pass sort for our sort. Okay, Right, and now let's see where else we use min-max, because we need to fix the call. So here, and we can have something like static int sort, and obviously it wants void pointer. I mean, I think I'm gonna call them A and B, because why not? And let's just say sort, and I'm pretty sure that if sort returns always 0, I'm not sure how it works, but I guess we could do something interesting here and say that if sort is equal to null, or I guess it's not null, then we do the sort. Why not? So you could actually pass in null as the argument if you don't want any sorting. It's fair. So in here we could say null, and this should behave the same as before. Alright, so if I just run this thing, oops, it should make the same move, like I think it was this pawn right here. Let's wait 8 seconds. Yeah, okay, so it does the same move. Obviously in the opening it's kind of hard to notice that, because yeah. Okay, so if we go back to using a sort, what would happen if I do here move T? It doesn't like that. Makes sense. So it doesn't like that. And what if sort fn has the type move T? Move T. Just check. Yeah, it's gonna complain here. Okay, so it should be with void pointer. Okay, interesting. Right, so let's try to implement some logic for our sorting function, and then we can try to maybe copy paste one starting position and see if the AI does, like it's faster, not necessarily better, because it's the same thing, but maybe if the moves are sorted properly, alpha beta pruning is gonna make a difference, or more of a difference, and we can test with both of them. So if we are gonna pass here null, we'll see the before, and when we pass sort, we'll see the after. Okay, so let's have move T, move A is equal to, I guess if I do move T pointer A, we can dereference it, although we'll just keep it as a pointer. Move T pointer B. So what can we do about this? But I would say that, like as I said before, captures should be, let's search chess capture. Probably captures are gonna be put first. Maybe promotions are even better, and peasant is gonna be forced. So if you see n peasant, you have to do it. So yeah, anything except a simple move should be considered better. Maybe I'll have to add checks as moves, such that we can see them easier, right? Like defining a new chess check is gonna be 64, and but we'll do that later. All right, so right now let's try to put all the captures first. So I think that's gonna be a small improvement. So the sorting function for qsort, how it works is, or I guess sorting in C. Let's imagine that we have some numbers here, like move A and move B are numbers. Well, what you do is just do A minus B. Right, so if the number is negative, it means that A is smaller than B. If the difference is 0, it means they are equal. And if it's greater than 0, it means that A is greater than B. So if we have move A and chess capture is not 0, then we want to return, so it means that move A should be done first. So it should be like a negative number. Return -1. Well, move A dot move, or I guess arrow move. Okay, and I mean, if both of them are gonna be captures, then it's fine. We're still gonna keep the same order, and then we can do something like if move B is capture, then we are going to return 1. So we want to move the B term before the A term, basically. And otherwise, we're not gonna change the order. We're gonna say 0, so equals. Okay. How can we maybe check? So let's maybe let's use null first, and let's run this thing. Let's try to play some random moves until it captures something, and we'll see the number of positions. Maybe we can compare that. So it does that, and let's I mean, it's gonna play this, right? So let's just sack this thing, and now we should see a huge number of positions, right? So it's 70,000. Okay. What would happen if we use our sorting function now? You know, like I would expect it to be much more if it plays the same moves. See here, it played already less moves, so it's faster already. And now it only evaluates 10,000 moves, which is already a huge improvement. Okay, nice, that's kind of cool. All right, so that's already much better. It halved its time, right? So before, it was, even for the first move, it was taking 7 seconds or 8 seconds. So that's yeah, pretty cool with just this this small improvement. So maybe we want to also take a look at checks. So maybe we can define this thing and actually try to implement it, right? So inside of chess.c, we have these chess count positions, right? And we are printing some info, for instance, the number of checks. So castles, captures, not quite sure where. So checkmates, checks. Okay, so checks, we are doing it like that. Chess is in check. Yeah, like that could be nice to have. Being able to know if one move generates a check, but I think that's that might make this stuff a bit slower, because what I have to do here is apply the move, then check if the enemy king is in check, right? That's kind of annoying. But that could be nice. So how would that work? And even for a promotion, that would be kind of cool. Chess move. Let's try to implement and see if it makes things slower. So maybe I'll just like for now this should be enough for you know, improve time a bit. It's like a work in progress. We'll just save it so that you know, we can compare the current results with what would happen if we add the next kind of function. So that would be boolean chess move checks. Like we are gonna check if this move results in a check on the enemy. So let's pass the state. We'll pass a move, right? And I guess that's it. Just the move. Okay, let me just zoom in a bit. So we pass a move, the current state. Obviously we'll want to do something like this. All right, so we want to apply the move on the clone, right? And we want to see if the enemy is in check after we make the move. Chess flip player, the enemy. So yeah, basically we are, I mean, this is the such a stupid thing, but anyway, I mean, it's C, so it's more so that you can see it. Even though I'm gonna say here return true, like you could just return this. Anyway, okay, so again, basically here we are gonna apply the move on a clone state, and then we are gonna check if the enemy king is in check. So if that happens, it means that this move generates a check. Right. So how can we use this thing? Well, I would say that we need to do something like if, but see, it's like I have to reuse this thing, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Move checks. Here we pass the state, and yeah, kind of don't like that we have to copy it, but it is what it is. I can create a variable, but meh, who cares? So let's just say that if that happens, then we're gonna add chess check, right? Okay. Maybe we want to do the same thing here, but instead of chess promote, we have chess none. And yeah, this thing kind of adds a bunch of extra code. Maybe we can just put it in a single line, just like that. Why not? So here, let's not forget that we have to copy paste this thing in here. Chess none. Here it's still forward left. Then we have to do forward right and promote, and forward right and chess none. Okay, here we have forward 2, and I guess char move is chess move, right? And then here we're gonna pass move. Okay, interesting. This one is also interesting, I guess. Jesus. Anyway, here let's copy paste this part and have char move is equal to this kind of stuff. Right, we just create a variable for it. Okay, now it's the knight, which is a bit simpler than the target, then the pawn, obviously. So chess move, and here we're gonna say a move. Okay, here we have the same thing, but it's also capture. All right, and I mean, can you see that? Yeah, sure, fair enough. Let's take a look at the bishop. So for the bishop, we have something similar. Char move is chess move. Here it's also char move and chess capture. Now for the rook, we have the same thing. Well, I should have just copy pasted it, but it's fine. So this one is also a chess capture. And here we have a move. Yeah, let's sure copy paste it, at least here. And The other one is the same thing but without the capture for the queen. And then the king, I guess it makes sense to have checks if you castle, like that's a possibility. So let's go to the king moves. Actually, no, yeah, you can have you can have checks regardless. So even here you can have a check, like you move the king out of the way of overlook or something. Okay, this one is check move and chess capture, but it could also be a check. I mean, maybe an easier way to do this one would be at the end of the function, I just go through all the moves, and in a for loop I just add check as a move if that's the case. Maybe that's a bit better than this. We'll see. Like if I have a bug, I'm just gonna change to just gonna change to that. Char move. It should be this entire thingy. Oh, what was the target? The target is this. And then we have check castle long. Target is 2, and this is the move. Right, so this shouldn't change anything basically. But yeah, like what I was actually thinking is maybe in here, maybe but it's like, oh, what, yeah, like it could work to do it here, but then you also want to do it here, and yeah, it's kind of annoying. But yeah, I mean, I see the logic. I could do it here, and again, maybe I want to do that so that it's not this ugly, but it's already really ugly. So like still keep this function, but then instead of doing these ifs, I'm just doing it once. Sure, why not? Let's just copy paste this one, keep it, and instead of doing all of that, we are gonna go here. So let me just do breaks instead. Oops. Break. Break. And then we have chess move checks. I mean, it's still unsigned int I is equal to 0. Still a good thing doing it like this, because you are gonna see like using dynamic arrays, so it's still small win. So we are gonna have something like, we want to use references because we are going to modify in place the array. So we are gonna do move t pointer move, and we are gonna use ds unreachable or not, ds dynamic array get ref. So we are gonna get it by reference from moves index I, and we're gonna do that inside of move, I guess reference here. Okay, and then this if this thing happens, and we're gonna pass in the state and the move. If this thing happens, then move is a check. All right, so it's, yeah, I mean, sorry about that. It was quite a long one, so much easier to do it like this, I guess. And maybe now we can count the number of checks in here instead, but I don't really care. We can leave it like that. So let's go back to min-max, and maybe even before captures we are gonna look at checks. So move A, move and just check. If it's not 0, return -1. Yeah. And then move B, we return, oops, we return 1. Oh, shit. Let's go back to just C. So inside of this thing, it failed. Yikes. Just move checks. Really? Well, I guess this should be done only if validate is true, I guess. So if validate, otherwise I don't see the point. Or I don't know, right? Like, is that the thing? But this makes it slower, so I mean, it makes it way too slow. So it has to be something wrong with it. Just move checks. But yeah, it makes sense to only do this thing when it's when you call validate. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sadly, it makes it much worse, which is kind of annoying. I mean, another way of doing this without using this function will be here. So let's just remove check. What we could do is take a look if it's a capture, right? Because if you, no, not really. It's like only the next move, but yeah. I wonder why it's so slow though. Like, it has to go through all the moves, check if it's if that move is a check. It's kind of annoying. Maybe I didn't make clean or something and it broke somehow, but I don't think so. It just looks slow. But it's kind of weird because it's just an iteration over all the moves. And then it just checks if that move is a check or not. But see, and the number of positions is really low, but it takes a lot of time. And that's annoying. Although it plays the same moves, kind of, right? I'm curious if it's gonna go here with the queen or something. Because of the check. Not sure. Oh yeah. Maybe that's not... maybe, yeah, maybe this was a mistake then, I guess. But you know, I will still keep it as a comment. Maybe I can figure out why it's not working. But yeah, like having the AI look for checks first. I mean, I still think it's a good idea, but apparently it's not really working. So just keeping it as a comment for now. Okay, so still makes sense. I guess maybe something else that would be pretty cool to do is you know, forgot the most important piece here, which is the king. I think the king, usually you want to evaluate it as 1, right? And the reason for that is we want to make the player move the king to a certain position. At least in the early game, I mean maybe even the late game, but yeah. So let's just add the king as a 1. And the reason why, so eval king, is because we want to add a weight matrix for the king. So I'm gonna do here plus 10 times chess square get hit map hit. So we don't have a chess king hit map, but let's add one. So where the king wants to go. So this is the white perspective, but it's, you know, the same thing. So obviously the king will want to stay kind of in the home, right? Not sure about how we can represent the end game, but we can just say, okay, these are like 0. Maybe we can make these ones 1s. Not exactly sure, but this should be like 3 to 2, okay, and 3 or something like that. So maybe this will encourage what? I guess random parentheses or whatever. Probably this will encourage the king to stay to do castling. Right, let's just try to do some random moves until it does a castle. Okay, maybe some maybe I can castle first. I mean, let's just castle, see what it does. Nothing interesting. I mean, it just wants to take pieces, so it's annoying. Let's just see if it's gonna castle at some point. Come on. God, doesn't want to move other pieces, it's annoying. Like it should, maybe I can force this knight to go out, like if I sacrifice it here or something. Oh, but it's annoying. How can I maybe get the knight out like this? It's gonna take with the knight. No. Sure, yeah, that it worked in the end. It did it. So is it gonna castle? It still has some pieces to take, I guess. Now it cannot castle because I blocked that. Okay, let's see if it's gonna take with this knight. Okay, perfect. I mean, maybe if I go here, it's gonna be scared and it's gonna castle. Let's see. Nope. Just a random move. Oh, it's trying to be annoying. No, I don't have an option. Oh wow, really? Now it's gonna beat me without castling it. Okay, I mean, maybe if I add more weight to the king hit map, but I don't know if I want to do that because it's gonna get stuck on the edge if I do that. That's the annoying part with this kind of, because I don't know how to go from early game to, I don't know, end game or something, like have different hit maps. But what do you base which one you choose, right? Like on the move number or what? Maybe having something similar to a rook. We can add a heat map for the rooks, why not? So the heat map for the rooks, let's take the one for bish for the rook, and basically the rook is gonna be something like it wants to be on this line, right? So this would be I guess twos. Let's put twos. And then in the middle it's like meh, it doesn't care that much. Okay, makes sense. And I guess another place where maybe the rook wants to be is in the middle of your thingy, like here, right? Wait, I had a mistake here. Okay, anyway. So I guess the rook wants to be on your enemy's second rank, right? And then in the middle, he doesn't really care. Maybe like this, maybe two. Ah, maybe even here it wants to be like that. I don't know, something like this. But let's not forget to actually add it. So eval rook, and we look at the heat map for the rook. I mean, for the queen, not really sure. It looks like the AI knows how to use the queen. It's kind of annoying. It annoys me. Let's see if this helps with castling. I don't know. Just make some moves until I figure out an idea to make it castle or something. Maybe if I am annoying with a pin, it's gonna be, oh, I cannot move this thing. Monkey see, monkey copy. Oh my. It tried. I guess. I guess it tried, but it didn't work. Okay, so let's look again at the heat map for the king. So I guess the king is gonna be different. So the king is on this one. So I'm gonna do a 1 here and a 2 here, or a 3 here. And then a 1 here. Maybe just 2. Let's try again. Because I'm not sure how I can tell it that, oh, you cannot castle if you do that, right? So yeah, you see that it makes the same moves every time. Maybe we can add some randomness in that. Not sure. I mean, it just goes. I mean, it should take at least a couple of these pieces out. I at least maybe if it moves the queen, it's gonna... Nope. Oh, it moved the rook. I mean, that's decent maybe, because it defend. Oh, I mean, obviously it moved it because it wanted to defend that, but yeah. You know, maybe I shouldn't attack its pieces. Like I should make it push this pawn somehow. Like not sure how though. Uh, yeah, not exactly sure how I can force him to push that back. Oh, it's cooked? I think he just got cooked. Yeah, I mean, it didn't work this time. Maybe, yeah, if adding some random moves or parsing the moves from some different games and being like, okay, if this sequence of moves matches my game, then I'm gonna play the next move from a database. Like, not really. Right? So, yeah, I don't know. Let's just. I didn't want to. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I don't know how to beat this guy. It's a way too difficult game for my brain. I mean, it's obviously gonna take that now. Uh, but yeah, at this point it already moved the the king, so it won't castle anymore, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, it's kind of GG though. I cannot really move anything. It's a cooked game. But let's still play. I mean, I'm curious to see the timing it takes on certain moves now. I mean, a bunch of positions for this case right now, which is kind of interesting. I'm curious why it moved it like that. No idea. I mean, I'm gonna be like, oh, now I know why it did that. It think it has 20 on evaluation. It's interesting. Okay, I mean, I guess here it's gonna push this forward, maybe? Cannot say for sure. Wow, it basically counterattacks. I mean, no, that's a cool idea, like counterattacking. Like if I move this thing and I counterattack, it's queen. Where is it gonna? I mean, it's probably gonna go here, like attacking this. So it's not really. But, let's try. Let's see what it does in this case. I mean, yeah, I couldn't say I wasn't expecting that, but that's exactly what I was expecting. So at this point, I think it's a cooked case, but I think I have a small trick up my ass. Oh, and interesting. It's so that if I take here, it's gonna be like check, and yeah, it loses the queen, which is kind of cool. I mean, I have the same. No, I don't have the same trick anymore. Uh, how about this one though? Would be cool to have like time-based stuff. Maybe we can add something like iterative deepening, where if you I mean, this one is too complicated, like what it's gonna take with, I don't know. But like it could be a funny move, right? Trading it like this. Now it has to move this, but I don't think so. Oh, and it moved the knight. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Oh, almost instantly. That's cool. 0.5000 moves. So that's what I think, that I don't know, maybe if you get a capture or a check or something, you can increase the depth. Like default depth is gonna be 4, but if you do something special, you try min max again with a higher depth. But I don't know what I mean, let's first get this back from here. So like 20,000 moves, 60,000 moves. Wow. I mean, it moved back because it knew what's gonna happen, right? I mean, it's equal position, right? Oh, it thinks I have oh, I had a huge advantage, it thinks. So probably I missed something. Like minus 200 here, it means advantage for me because it's looking from the AI perspective. Wow, it's such an annoyance. Now I cannot move this guy. But like I would have to put the rook first back. Let's do some slow stuff first. See what it thinks. Hmm. Not sure, to be honest. I don't know if I go here. Let's see. If I lose instantly. Let's see what he thinks about this one. Oh, I got cooked. It finally happened. I mean, did I though? Yeah, because it's gonna be, if I take here, it's gonna check first and then it can run away. So I kind of got cooked. Well, I mean, it is what it is. But I could also, if I go here with the queen, yeah, I kind of got cooked. I don't know. Let's see if we can just oh, I mean, it's moving so fast, it's annoying. Not that it matters. Um, so this was, no, 6,000 positions. It's still quite a lot. I mean, it's pretty much lost already. Just maybe going back because it's like +3. Whoa. We don't have a way to draw though. Yeah, right now it should take the, oh, it didn't. Oh, oh. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's GG. Now, we'll see if it can beat us. Whoa. No, I would be curious if it tries to promote. No. But that would be fun if it tried to promote. So, yeah, I mean, maybe just adding some a heat map for the queen or something. But I don't think that's important. You know, I wanted to see the AI castling, but I guess that's not gonna happen. But yeah, the idea with sorting actually improved this quite a bit. Now, you know, the next step would be to randomize a bit the opening because it's kind of boring to have the same thing all, you know, over and over again. And maybe more stuff in the sorting function because it's really cool when it does only, you know, 1000 moves and it's really fast. And the other thing is something called iterative deepening. So, you know, if you give it, let's say, each move, it can take 30 seconds, right? So if it does a min-max with depth 4, right now it's depth 4, and it takes it 2 seconds, then, well, why not just do a depth 5 or 6, right? And try again until it runs out of time. And when it runs out of time, then it just returns the best one. So that could also be an idea. Yeah. basically running min-max multiple times but with increasing depth. But yeah, that's just if we want to like wait for it, which I don't really care. But yeah, maybe if it's you know, the last move is a capture or the last move is a check, maybe we can increase the depth, I guess. But I think for now it's, I mean, it's decent. I know I'm curious on the web build how it does. Right, so it's still compiling just fine. And if we start an HTTP server, it's clearly slower. Right, we can just wait for it. Clearly slower, but it still works, right? I mean, I guess the adding some evaluation for the king didn't really work as I expected. I mean, yeah, just hard coding random chess games would be better probably. I wouldn't go as far as choosing the random move. That's kind of annoying. Like if we go to min-max, how about having, I think I have dynamic array shuffle. I don't have shuffle, okay. But I think I was probably thinking about oh wait, it's I forgot. You have to say here player 1 is human and player 2 is min-max. That's how you're supposed to work. So yeah, it does a bunch of memset calls because apparently for some reason it compiles with memset. Not sure why. Oh, something else we can try is in the C flags we use P and G flags, right? And these are for debugging. So maybe we can say O3 and remove the debug flags, and that way could be faster. So let's try to rebuild. Let's see if it's faster. Well, the first move was much faster, right? Like it's a huge difference, I would say. 1.1 seconds. Right. Now this one took 3 seconds. This one took once the knight. Oh, I guess it wanted to block the queen or something. Probably. I don't know. Oh. Now it took it 0.8, which is kind of cool. Oh, what an annoying... Oh, it made a move or what? Yeah. Interesting how in this one it started with a knight. But yeah, whatever. Oh, in this one I'm already cooked. Like it only says 10 in the evaluation, but it's no idea how we can get out of this because it's gonna take this, right? And I mean it's pretty much cooked, right? Anyway, but it still doesn't want to castle or do useful stuff. Maybe get rid of the. Now it moves a bit. I mean, it's much faster if we compile with O3, so that's kind of cool. I like that it tries to. Interesting. That's cool. It tries to get rid of the pieces. What if I mean, I don't really have an option. Whoa. Instantly. Jesus. But it was only 2000 positions. Yeah, I mean, now that there are like really few pieces, it makes sense, right? So that's expected. But yeah, and I guess, because there are few pieces, then it's gonna be much faster. Wow, only 800 positions. I mean, at least we can be annoying. What's kind of sad is that the AI is not gonna fall for things like forks, right? Because it's gonna see those things. It's chasing with the king. That's funny. Hmm. Oh, it's a bit annoying as fuck. Hmm. Oh, and at this point it's gonna be like gonna check the king all the time, so yeah. Oh, it's going with a... Really? Oh. Now let's see if I can... Wait, am I stupid? I have to get here. Do I get edit that? Mm, well, I mean, the easiest way to do it is... Yeah. Well, I mean, decent, I guess. It's kind of fun to play around with it. But yeah, I guess on the web it's kind of annoying because it's really slow because it's JavaScript. But yeah. Oh, and at this point it's also kind of dying. But why? Index out of bounds. I guess it doesn't have enough memory or something. Oh, I guess so. Index out of bounds. Okay, so it doesn't have enough memory. Where could that happen? Because I'm calling dynamic array free. So inside of index.ts, can I do npm build? Okay, I mean you just add more. Kind of funny that at some point JavaScript actually failed to work. But again, I'm pretty sure I'm freeing the memory, so one thing we can check is inside of count positions, we can use Valgrind. Right. I think I freed everything. Yeah. Yeah. But you know, maybe maybe let's see move. And you can see like the comparison with O3 optimization, it takes 0.6 instead of 1.5 or whatever. So yeah, that's again kind of cool. I would say the number of positions clearly should be the same, but yeah, it takes less time. But yeah, again, with if we are using Valgrind or check tools, yeah, so I guess it lost one thing. But it's extremely slow. Okay, so it finally got a move, but yeah, it's like so slow. Let's kill it. Clean. Let's rebuild with G flag, and let's see what happens if we check with Valgrind. Like, we should see where the memory was allocated. I would assume that for the, so it's the move function that's in main. I would assume that for the move function, I probably didn't free this array at the end, so that's why it's still reachable. But there's more I can see. But yeah, like the first thing is dynamic array free moves. That's the first thing we are gonna free. But then where are the other things coming from? We'll see. Let's see what this thing does. Okay, so it's still using some memory somewhere. I have to do the -s leak check full to see where the memory was allocated. Okay, so leak check full. Let's see where this comes from. I mean, hopefully it's not something, hopefully it's something related to this, but I see just, what's interesting, we don't call to sort moves though in here. So the move function is just I guess it makes sense because instead of min max, we call to min max. So it only saw like the first, yeah, makes sense. But why doesn't it show me? Why didn't it show me all the leaks? Like, I think it was one of those show leaks, whatever. Yeah, so I mean, still fine for the first move, doesn't matter if you sort them or not. So move player one function. Yeah, maybe I'm allocating something somewhere. So if I double check the size of that thing, it was, so it's 1000 divided by 4 basically. Maybe I can see something, 399, I don't know. But there are quite few allocations, right? Nice. So that's, whoa, all the leak stuff. I don't think that matters. So we have something. This doesn't look like my code. Maybe it's from something else. Hmm. Interesting. Let's change the make file. So make file, let's remove -p. Make clean, make, just to make sure that I'd like to see just where that memory was allocated, because I know that Valgrind shows you stuff like that. So move player one. That's like min-max. Maybe one of these functions, like check for a draw. Apply move maybe. Ooh, moves. I'm pretty sure we free. Okay, so it's still for whatever reachable. So does it look like it's something to do with DL open, I guess. Uh-huh. So maybe it's just from the main function, right? So maybe I have to call to DL close and right. But if I do DL close, like I would say those aren't important. Obviously those are like gonna be like freed at the end, so I don't see this as an error actually. So yeah, I don't think we have some huge problems. Anyway, let me just add profile back. Oh, and obviously because of profiling, this thing is also gonna be slow. So like for the first one, wait, we have to make clean. It's 1 second slower, but it's the same number of positions. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I guess, if you want to build for release, don't use profile flags or G flag, I guess, and use O3. Yeah, I guess that's probably gonna be all for the chess engine videos, I guess. We might start on something new. Just wanted to make sure that it's, at least not that slow. So compiling it with O3 would be the fastest way. Honestly, I don't think we have that many memory leaks, but of course, like there are some things that are missing, like making the AI make some random moves, adding some kind of noise in there, but still kind of happy with the results. Like you can just play different thing yourself and it's gonna be different, so why not? um, so yeah, I guess it's probably, oh, what the fuck is he doing? Yeah, but it's still quite fast, right, with the optimizations that we did today. So yeah, I guess that's it for today, and we'll see in the next one. So until then, see you.